Everyone. I'm so excited to be talking to you today. I hope everyone had a really happy Thanksgiving. I know that I did. I got to see a lot of awesome friends and family, and that's what that holiday is all about. So, mission accomplished. But I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. So today I'm going to blast through. I want to talk about one major issue, and this major issue is something that is so pervasive that basically I can walk into a business and look at all the issues that they're having and tie 98% of them back to this one thing. And that one thing is communication. Now, the awesome thing about this is that there's 3 easy things you can institute in your business that cost you nothing that will resolve so many of these issues. So, if you really feel like your business is like sucking the life out of you and you just feel like you can't stand to get up and go to work for another day, that is not what you got into business for. I mean, I'm sure you got into business because you wanted to create freedom for yourself and you wanted to create a certain lifestyle for yourself. So if your business is literally just doing everything in its power to not give you that, then you need to make some serious changes. And I can guarantee you that if you use these 3 core elements, you will revive yourself and your business. And funny enough, this acronym that I came up with is CPR. So it's literally going to revive you and your business. So CPR, the 3 things are culture, productive processes, and recognition. So I'm going to talk through those 3 things real quick. So culture, I don't want to talk too much about culture because I've done other videos about culture. I may even do like separate videos where I outline the 3 again for you, but I'm going to blast through this again. So culture is really getting crystal clear about your business, who you are, what you expect of people, and what you want to embody as a business. So you will talk about things that, what are the principles you want your employees to embody? What are the principles that you want people to act upon when they're dealing with customers? So for example, like over delivery might be a core value, excuse me, for your employees. That's just an example. That's, some people really believe in over delivery, some people really don't. But the point is to really define that because what you want to do is create this culture of empowerment. So I don't care what your culture is, as long as it's a culture of empowerment. And what empowerment is giving your employees the power to think and make decisions for themselves. Because this is so powerful for your business on so many aspects. It gives your employees this real sense of ownership over their jobs. Because they have the power to make the decisions. They have the power to own their jobs. But also, it creates an amazing level of customer service because when people can have their problems resolved in a really quick manner, people love that. When they call up and they have an issue and they're getting passed around from person to person, or they're put on hold for forever, that people kind of expect that these days, but if they call you and you are just like, you know what, I could take care of that right now. What about this? Would this make you happy? Excuse me, I have my drink because I'm like coughing over here. But, being able to like resolve that issue in a really quick manner and make that person happy, let me tell you, they'll be singing your praises all over with their friends and all over social media and all that great stuff. So it's definitely worth it to have that sort of level of customer service in your business. But culture so when they're able to make these decisions for themselves, what I want you to understand is they're going to make mistakes. That is the human condition. But you have to realize when you have hired the people who match your culture and they understand very clearly what your values and principles are, then they're going to make decisions most of the time that are of great benefit to you. In fact, the benefits far outweigh the mistakes that they will make. Okay, so don't give like a ragtag bunch of people that you really should be reconsidering their employment, the power to make huge decisions. But if you have a great team and you've hired them and they match your culture, then give those people the power to make their own decisions and don't berate them if they make mistakes. So culture is one major way that you set yourself free. This is really where a lot of freedom comes from. So that's a huge thing, is culture creates a lot of freedom for you as a business owner because you don't have to be super involved in every little decision that's being made. Okay, so the second part is processes, and I'm really gonna have to blast through because now I'm like running out of time. But processes. So processes of communication can be many things. It can be, understanding how people communicate. Do they need a lot or a little information? Do they, like it in writing, or do they like it in audio? Do we email them, or do we call them? These are all processes that you need to have. Having a very structured hierarchy, having team leaders is a huge part of the communication process that is really important. And again, productive processes, I may have mentioned that already, but I almost want to make it like two-piece, because productive processes is what's really important about this, because meetings and reviews are a big part of this. Of course, they need to be productive, or they're a big giant waste of time. So productive processes is massive. Having team leaders is part of a process of communication by, that's where you remove yourself even more. That creates more of that freedom from all those decisions, from all the little problems, because you have other people in between who are helping with that communication. And communication only comes to you when it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so that's a really huge, processes are a massive part of communication, that are really about, culture and process. These are all the things that set you free at the end of the day. But the last part, I'm going to jump right into that, is recognition. So your R is your recognition. And recognition is really about recognizing employees for doing a great job. And it doesn't have to be this big affair, fiasco, whatever. It can be as simple as a high five or a pat on the back, or, hey, you did a good job today. This is especially important if you are one of those people who you find that you're somewhat critical, and you should have at least enough self-awareness to be like, am I that person? But if you are, then you really need to be very intentional about your recognition as well. Because I'll tell you, if you have that great employee and they do 98% of their job right, but they make 2% of error, and you are only coming to them on a daily or weekly or whatever, semi-weekly basis with the errors, let me tell you what's going through their mind is they're like, I can't do anything right. Because that's all they ever hear from you is, you're not doing this right. You're not doing this right. They're doing 98% of their job right, but in their minds, they're thinking, I can't do anything right, because that's all they ever hear from you. You have to be recognizing your employees for doing a good job. And the more fun you make that, the better. That just boosts employee morale. I can't tell you how much more productive employees are when they have recognition, culture, and communication processes in place. Holy crap. You want to talk about productivity. You want to talk about a business that's making a lot of money. These things are huge for solving so many of your problems in your business. When you recognize your employees, it can be and a high five is free. But you can maximize, recognition by doing things like, for example, I just came up with a one-liner for my business, because to explain what we do as a business, you have to be, again, intentionality is really important. So I had to sit down and go, how do we say this in like one line? So one sentence, whatever. And so I came up with that. And so now I need to teach that to my employees. That's like multi-level communication there, because now my employees, when they learn it, they're going to be able to communicate that to other people, and it'll spread the awareness about the business. But on the inside, I'm also using recognition in this whole process, because, once I teach it to them, then I walk in with a $5 bill or whatever, a gift card, and say, okay, what do we do here? What's our one-liner? What do we do here? And the first person to rattle that thing off, boom, you get the cash, or you get the whatever. And then when I walk in the next day, I'm going to say, okay, what do we do here? What's the one-liner? And nope, Susan, you can't tell me because you did it yesterday. John, what do you got? You got it? Perfect. Here you go. Here's $5. So I'm recognizing them for doing a good job. I'm creating more of a game out of it. These are all things that really engage employees in your workplace and are so, so powerful to creating, the kind of workplace that I know a lot of you got into business for. And it's very simple. I mean, $5 here, $5 there. What happens by the end of the week, I can tell you that anybody in that department is going to be able to rattle off that one-liner, because it's not even just about $5 is what, but they're the ones who are like, I got it today. Because that matters to people. People want to be recognized for doing a good job. And it doesn't matter that you are paying them to do the job. If you want people to do their job well, recognize them for it. All right, that's all I've got for today. It was great talking to you guys. Till next time.